if I traded it all.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. And I'm so excited about bringing on my next guest who's been on with me once before. And it's not about homes or anything like that. Right now, we're going to be talking about feet. I have with me Dr. Chambers. He's a podiatrist and the owner of Foot and Ankle Wellness. Welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
Well, thanks, Carol. Again, I'm Dr. Thomas Chambers. I'm actually originally from Mesa. My practice is in Mesa. I grew up there, and after residency, I was in New Mexico for a few years, and then I decided it was time to come back home, and recently made that trip, purchased a practice, and here I am.
Here you are, and on my show.
And on your show, too.
And today, you said that you want to talk about diabetes and feet.
Yeah, diabetes and feet. Many people don't know about diabetes and feet. We've all heard of diabetes, but it does really affect our feet significantly. Some of us have heard horror stories about diabetics who lose their toes or lose their feet, lose their lives. That all can happen. When I see my diabetic patients, I tell them up front, my goal is to keep all those things from happening. So
yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your practice so that, obviously you don't just do diabetes, anything. I mean, what do you see mostly?
I see everything. I mean, anything that happens in your foot, whether you're doing Weekend Warrior and rupture your Achilles tendon, playing soccer with the kids, or, you step off a curb walking out of Walmart and twist your ankle and, whatever.
Now, just before we go on into the diabetes and what we're going to do, I want to ask you, because it's the summertime, and everybody's going to be wearing flippy-flops.
Everyone is wearing flip-flops already.
Already. And, what are your thoughts on those real quick?
They're good and bad flip-flops. They're not all created equally. I wouldn't spend $2 on a pair of flip-flops and expect them to be good for your feet. Look for a pair of flip-flops that have good support in them, and those are typically going to run you a couple more dollars. So $60 range are going to be a little bit better. $40 to $60 range.
Do you find now that the summer's coming upon, do you have a little bit, is it more that you see more things happening in the summer with people's feet, or winter, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Especially
people's feet hurt all the time.
Living here in the valley, it doesn't matter if middle of the winter you'll go play soccer
especially
with your
here
kids.
In Arizona, right?
I mean, I wear flip-flops when I'm not at work, obviously.
Right.
I'll wear sandals in the middle of the wintertime or the summertime. It doesn't get that cold.
Your offices are located in Mesa, and your website is Foot and A-N-D, so it's footandankleaz.com. You say that you take also most major insurances and including Medicare as well.
Especially Medicare, yeah.
And Medicare as well. And today we are going to be opening up the lines to the audience for everyone to get entered into win. We've got 3 people that are going to win a pair of arch supports. Now, will you tell everybody a little bit about what those are and what the difference? I asked you, what's the difference between that and orthotics?
So there's a wide range of even arch supports. You could go to the big box stores and get a pair of a certain doctor.
We won't mention them, but that's okay.
Of some sort, and those are typically going to be a waste of money. But then you go into more of a medical grade arch support that's going to be good and supportive and have some good top covers, which are nice and padded. Those are going to be, for most people, versus a custom pair where you would come into my office and I'd take a mold of your foot and send it off to a lab and have it made specifically for you and only you.
Okay, so these are a $40 value free to you or anyone you know. And we've got 3 people that are going to win them. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What is the number one problem that you see most often in your office?
The number one problem that I see mostly in my office lately has been even ingrown toenails. Been getting a lot of ingrown toenails.
It's because of our shoes.
Because of our shoes. Quite often because of the way we cut our nails. Sometimes when we cut our nails, we try to trim it back around the corner, and quite often we can leave a little piece of toenail, and then it just gets ingrown, and next thing you know, you're in my office. Unfortunately, I do get some patients that wait 20 years to come into my office.
You're kidding me.
Because they're
afraid. I say it all the time.
They're afraid of the doctor.
Well, they're procrastinators is what they are.
Most of them are guys, and
most of them are guys
bad.
that have, well, you know what, because they wear more closed-toed shoes too.
Most of the people that are procrastinators are guys.
Oh, really? You noticed that. I didn't want to say that, Doc.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to say that to you.
I'll come out. I'll throw us under the bus.
Okay, so let's talk to. Okay, so you say that's the number one. I would think bunions and things like that.
Bunions are huge. I take care of a lot of bunions. I just started even doing a new surgery that I think is a better surgery than what I've done in the past. So it's something that I think is a great option for my patients. It corrects the bunion, I think, a little bit better with a lot less of a recurrence, which can happen with any surgery.
Okay, with diabetes, so that's one of the things that I know that what do you see that happens with them the most?
So with diabetes, so the problems that diabetics face with their feet, diabetes affects your nerves, it affects your circulation, and it affects your immune system. Any of us that get a blister or a sore on our foot will know it'll heal up. We won't have any problems. They get a diabetic, on the other hand, if they can't feel it, then they don't even know it's there until they're dripping blood on the floor, which can happen. And then their immune system doesn't have the ability to respond to it quite as well. And so there's huge potential problems. And as you know, living here in the United States, there's a huge diabetic population.
There is, and it's I don't know what it is, but why is their feet are affected?
Because we're walking on them all day, and with those the failure in the nerves and the circulation, they end up getting problems. So taking care of your feet is hugely important. If you're a diabetic, you should be seeing a podiatrist to have your feet inspected at least once a year. We always think about our teeth and getting our routine cleanings. We think about our eyes and getting our routine eye exams, but not always do we think about our feet, and so that's super important.
You can check him out on his website. It's Foot and A&D, so it's footandankleaz.com. He takes most major insurances, including Medicare. He's located in Mesa. You can call their office. It's 480-985-3730. And we've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered in to win. We've got 3 people that are going to win arch supports, and this is a $40 value free to you or anyone you know. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You know, I was young and I had spurs, you know, and I could not wear shoes. Literally, I could not wear shoes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? I'm sure you have.
No.
Oh my God, the worst.
Heel spurs.
And in those days, you had to grind that down. What do they do now?
So heel spurs, 99% of the time that people have a heel spur, that's not even the cause of the problem. It's more of a plantar fasciitis. I don't know if that term.
No, mine were they were on my toes.
On the toes,
yeah.
For heel spurs or the toe spurs, those you have to grind them off, take you into the OR. Sometimes we can get away with different pads, different things to try to help just keep it a little more comfortable. Sorry, but quite often, like you had to go through, we go in there. It's a pretty minimally invasive. Typically, when it's on the toes, you just go in there and grind off that toe.
Once they did it, let me just say this, guys. If anybody is dealing with spurs at all, don't procrastinate, because you will be so happy when it's done that you can wear shoes and not have to walk around barefoot and look stupid, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean that. I just mean that seriously. I mean, I was excited about wearing shoes.
Well, I get so many patients that are so worried because as soon as you say,
wear slippers.
I've got bunions, and then your second cousin's brothers had bunion surgery and it went bad. But most people, minor surgeries, toe surgeries, whatever, most people do great.
What do you do in your office now that people used to think that they'd have to have surgery with, that you don't have to do surgery now, that you can do, let's say, with laser or whatever they have? I
don't have a laser in my office, but that's definitely a great option. It helps with many people with chronic pain problems, but there's a few different types of injections, not even cortisone injections. There's more natural injections from human amniotic tissue that we use. There's another product that I'm just starting to use that is a more natural alternative to steroids. So there's options besides steroids. There's options besides even shots. There's some different things. There's physical therapy. There's all kinds of things.
There's lots of things. But
so
when your feet hurt, let me tell you, your whole body hurts, right?
It does.
It's the worst. Now, I want to get this out again. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. We've got 3 people that are going to be entered into win, that are going to win. They're going to get a pair of arch supports. This is a $40 value free to you or anyone you know. What would be your last words for everybody today?
take care of their feet. You don't get another pair.
You don't get another pair. They're located in Mesa. Its website is footandandAnkleaz.com. You can call them direct. Their phone number is 480-985-3730. And I'm going to let everyone keep on calling. You get the next 10 minutes or so. Get entered in to win. This is a pair of Arch supports. We've got 3 people that are going to win. That's a $40 value free to you. And the number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He takes most major insurances as well as Medicare. And let me tell you something, guys. When I had my surgery done on my feet, I was thrilled. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Whether it's bunions, whether it's your diabetes that you're dealing with, give him a call.